Good afternoon and welcome to Arlington Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Texas Rangers, where the White Sox and the Rangers are involved in the rubber game of this three-game series. The Sox won Friday, the Rangers won Saturday, and here we go, a great pitching matchup. First of all, let's look at the White Sox lineup given by the skipper, Gene Lamont. Leading off at second base, Joey Cora. Batting second in center field, Lance Johnson. Big Hurt Frank Thomas plays first base. He bats third. Cleanup man DH George Bell. Robin Ventura hits fifth at the third base spot. He's followed by right fielder Ellis Burks. Oh, let me tell you about Bo Jackson's in left field. He'll bat seventh. Hitting eighth behind the plate is Ron Karkovice. And bringing up the rear at shortstop, Craig Graybeck. Kenny Rogers is 3-2 for the Rangers this year with a 2.90 earned run average in 6 games started. He has also pitched 2 ball games in relief. Great numbers though, 1 complete game, giving up just 26 hits in 40 1/3 innings, 19 walks, 33 strikeouts. The opponent's batting just 186 against Rogers in 93. Defensively, the Rangers have Gary Breedis, former White Sox outfielder. He'll play left. David Hulse is in center. Jose Canseco in right. Dean Palmer is at third base, John Shave at shortstop, Doug Strange plays second, and Rafael Palmeiro is at first. The battery this afternoon of Ivan Pudge Rodriguez and the gambler, Kenny Rogers. The umpires are good friends in blue. Vic Voltaggio at home plate, Ken Kaiser at first, Mark Johnson at second, and crew chief Jim McCann at third. Conditions at game time, a little warm for my liking, 89 degrees, wind out of the south at 12, partly cloudy, high in the mid-90s, the forecast for this afternoon. So a good afternoon for baseball. We're ready to roll, and once again, it's my privilege to bring you the Huckaroo.
All right, Wimpy, thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball from Arlington Stadium right here on Sports Channel. Joey Cora to lead it off. It'll be Cora, Johnson, and Big Frank Thomas. Joey coming in, hitting at .295, no homers. He's knocked in 13, 0 for 2 in this series. Outfield, bunched and straight up. A very chilly afternoon here at Arlington Stadium.
Your what?
Hurts. Fouls that pitch back. Could be a little bit warmer, Wimpy.
Oh, no way. I'm glad we're not here a month from now.
Ooh, I love, as you look at the temperature, I love this warm weather.
It's good for your allergies, too, isn't it?
Oh, man, this wind is just eating them alive. 21 the count. Rogers has had a shoulder problem lately. In fact, his last start, the only time really he's been out there, they say he got racked around a little bit. Tired shoulder, but they think he's okay. They eased his throwing schedule in between starts just to give it a rest. As that pitch up high, and the count 3-1.
Well, could that be cause for being a reliever for so long? You know, he pitched in 81 ball games.
Certainly it could. And he making his 7th start in his 9th appearance this year. There's a fastball strike. So a full count to Joey Cora. 330 down each line here at Arlington Stadium. 380 in the gaps. 400 straightaway center field. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Breaking ball high off the plate.
Batting second, number 1, center fielder Lance Johnson.
Look at Kenny Rogers, most appearances from 89 to 92. Dwayne Ward is the only guy that has pitched more. Paul Asemacher from the Cubs, third in that category, but Kenny appeared in 81 games to lead the American League in that category last year.
Here's Lance Johnson hitting it. .351. No homers. He's knocked in 15. 1 for 6 in this series. Dean Palmer in on the grass at third as a fastball strike outside corner, says Vic Voltaggio. Outfield shaded to the left for Lance. Cora just a decent lead over there. Other American League action will show Kansas City at California, Baltimore at Detroit, Cleveland at Milwaukee. The Red Sox take on the Twins in Minneapolis, Toronto at Yankee Stadium, and Seattle at Oakland. Breaking ball, just got a piece of it. So the count 0-2. Over in the National League, Philly takes on the Braves down in Georgia, Pittsburgh at Chicago, Colorado at Cincinnati, the Dodgers against the Astros in Houston, the Metropolitans against the Expos up in Canada, and Florida. And the Cardinals meet in St. Louis.
Strike him out, Kenny.
The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit right back through the middle. Nice play by Shave. Cannot get out of his glove. Now throws the ball into the dugout. So rookie John Shave commits his second error in as many ball games.
Oh, what a break this is. Looked like Shave was going to get the force play at second. He couldn't get the backhand flip out of his glove, as Hawk mentioned. And there you see the wild throw. Lance already had that beaten. Should have just stuck it in his pocket right there, because Lance Johnson, with that great speed, is going to beat that play regardless. So a great chance for Frank Thomas.
There's more of a mental mistake than anything else right there.
Yeah.
No way in the world he could get Lance, and he still threw it away. So Big Frank stepping in, hitting at .267, 6 homers, 30 knocked in, 1 for 7 with an RBI in this series. The looper in the right field. Canseco go back, now comes on. That'll fall for a base hit, as Joey Cora will score. Johnson in the third, and the Sox lead it 1-0. Yes.
Batting fourth, number 21, designated hitter Torrin Bell.
Well, Frank just kind of shanks this one over the infield. Looked like a changeup. Good location. Frank Thomas got those long arms extended and just flips it over the infield with that great strength. Jose did not get a bad jump. It's tougher to get a good jump in the afternoon, especially with a short sleeve white sleeves in the crowd here. So 1-0 good, guys. I want everybody to just kind of guess who Hawks picked the click was now. With your luck, you ought to go looking for wallets.
Here are our picks to click. Jim Engie, our producer director, took Graybeck. Whippy took Burks, and I took Big Frank.
You know, the only thing that surprises me is that 2 runs didn't score.
George Bell takes a fastball high.
I take Frank, and the second baseman catches that one in his tracks.
Canseco gets a good jump on it,
yeah.
rather than breaking back 2 steps.
That's right, and he would be able to score. Lordy.
George hitting at .212, a homer, 15 RBIs, 3 for 9 in this series with a ribby. There's a strike. So Thomas now with 31 RBIs on the season. He can hit. The Big Hurt.
You know, most guys would have probably hit a weak ground ball with that very pitch from Rogers.
Pitch to Bell. Little looper in the center field. David Holtz coming on. And look at the catch by Holtz.
Wow.
As Lance Johnson tags, he'll score, and it's a 2-0 Sox lead. Beautiful play by David Holtz.
Boy, he's showing us in this 3-game series that he can really throw some leather out there in center field. Now, he got a good jump on this ball, even though it's very difficult to pick it up, as we mentioned, because of the background. George hit that one off the end of the bat. But he still gets an RBI on the sacrifice fly.
And here's Robin hitting at .276, 5 homers. He's knocked in 18. Takes it up high. Robin 1 for 9 in this series, a 2-run double last evening. Short lead by Thomas at first. 2-0 the count. Two balls and a strike. So the Sox with 2 runs across here on 2 hits. Now the big crowd on hand. Not as many as last evening. There's a fastball strike. 38,453 last night. And 30,000 plus today. Texas averaging a little over 25,000 per home day. Just got a piece of the breaking ball. So the count hangs at 2-2.
You know what I think is a big part of this game so far, Hawk, is the pitch selection of Joey Cora on 3-2. Why would you throw him a breaking ball?
I have no idea.
Try to backdoor him with it, and he just left it out to dry. Not even close.
No idea. Breaking ball inside. Rogers wanted it, didn't get it. So a full count to Ventura. These pitchers today, they will throw anything they have at any time in the count.
Yeah. And you really kind of wonder what the sense behind it is. Certainly you want Joey to put the ball in the play.
Payoff pitch, pop, get out of here.
No chance, that's gone.
Wind is going to take it back. 5 rows.
Tough to pop out here.
Strong wind blows in from right field. The Lone Star State.
Home of Chicken Willie.
Yeah.
He's in his glory here, isn't it? He only wishes it was about 20 degrees hotter. Willie Thompson, equipment man for the Sox and clubhouse guy.
I'm with him there. Another 10 degrees would be just perfect.
Oh, man. I like to take it down about 20.
So once again, Kenny Rogers getting set for the 3-2 pitch. Looks like Rodriguez wanted a breaking ball right there, but Rogers is going to go with a fastball.
Hey, he wiped twice up top.
A 28-year-old southpaw out of Dover, Florida.
But where was he born? A lot of great athletes come from Savannah, Georgia.
Was he born in Savannah?
Yeah.
Is that right?
It says right here.
Payoff pitch once again, and another foul.
Like, great athletes out of that.
Yeah, that's right. Countless. One right after the other.
Yeah. From like the 20s on, they produced. You were the first one, right?
Once again, the 3-2 pitch. And once again, right below us. Kenny Rogers, 0-0 last year against the Sox. He is 3-1 lifetime with a couple of saves.
You almost had a shot at a redeemer right there, you know.
No.
Another 5 feet higher.
I'd like to buy some lumber from you. You think that's only 5 feet?
All right, 10.
Closer to 20. Rogers 29 and 28 in his major league career. As once again the payoff pitch. That breaking ball popped up into short right field. They're converging as Doug Strange cannot make the play. So that'll fall for a hit.
Boy, Canseco's really having a tough time in right field getting a jump on a ball. That ball had some hang time.
Right fielder Ellis Burks.
Kenny Rogers really can't catch a break in this first inning. Doug Strange came the closest, but that's out there pretty deep in right center field.
That's good effort by Strange.
Oh, yeah. He had a long way to go to even get close.
So Thomas at second, Ventura at first, one out, and here's Ellis Burks hitting at 306, 4 homers. He's knocked in 16. Wimpy's picked a click today. Takes a fastball high. Sox trying to take the rubber match of this 3-game set. Like Jack McDowell picked up his 7th victory of the season on Friday night, shutting him out 4-0. And last night, home runs by Dean Palmer in the 9th to tie it. Palmeiro in the 11th to win it. As the Rangers took the second game 6-4. So the Sox will finish up here, board their charter after the ball game, come back home for that 9-game, 11-day homestand. California Angels tomorrow night at Comiskey Park. Change up, foul back, and the count 1-1. And all of us here at Sports Channel would like to take a moment to welcome our affiliate TCI Cable and all their viewers in Sterling, Illinois.
Sterling, yes.
They got my money in Sterling.
But they got it in silver, huh?
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball gets away from Ivan Rodriguez. So Thomas into third, Ventura into second.
Well, it's a breaking ball in the dirt. Kenny Rogers looked like he may have held on to this one a little bit long. Some big movement down and in, and Rodriguez, as good as he is and as quick as he is, not able to get over there in time. So Ellis with a great RBI chance here. 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 out. And let's see how they play the infield. They're already down 2 runs.
They're at normal depth except for Palmeiro, who is close to being even with the bag and well off the line at first. Yeah, he'll back up a little bit. Ellis chases ball 3, so the count 2-2. Well, the Sox had a couple of golden opportunities last evening, but did not execute the fundamentals of moving the runners along, and it eventually cost them.
Yeah, it did, because it was add-on time. You know, they made some good adjustments against Charlie Liebrandt going up the middle in the opposite field and getting that lead, getting the lead to 4-2. But they could have had 6 or 7 runs last night if they would have just moved the runners along and executed.
Now the Rangers bring the infield in. Change up.
Yeah. That's a terrific changeup right there.
Batting 7, number 8, left fielder Bo.
Look, he just holds it in the back of his hand and throws it just like the fastball. This pitch was set up nicely by the previous fastball upstairs. Of course, Ellis didn't have to swing at that one. He really got himself out in that at bat.
Chasing that 2-1 pitch.
Oh, yeah.
So here's Bo Jackson. Bo hitting at .305, 3 homers. He's knocked in 5. Bo 2 for 3 last evening. Come on, 8. Pick him up. That ball hit deep to left center field. Way back. You can put it on the board. Yes. A tremendous 3-run homer for Bo Jackson, and the Sox lead it 5-0. He heard it.
Wow. Oh, Bo Jackson got first pitch fastball. He was looking for it, obviously. He had jumped on it. 4 homers now, 8 runs batted in, and there was no doubt this was just a laser going out of here. A rocket. 5-0 White Sox. Take a look. Fastball down, out over the plate. Watch how little his head moves. It just stays right there. The contact out in front of the plate. Bo knew he had that one. Tremendous shot.
And here's Ron Karkovice hitting at .235, 3 homers. He's knocked in 13, 2 for 8 in this series with a big homer on Friday night. Boy, that was ballistic there.
Man.
Up and in, and the count 1-1. So the Sox, a big 5-run inning on just 4 hits. Change. A ball and 2 strikes. Curveball, that got him. But some damage done by the good guys. 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, nobody left after a half inning of play. It's the Sox 5 and the Rangers coming up.
JKB 7.
5-0 good guys in black. Bottom of the first. Here's Texas's lineup. Leading off in center, David Hulse batting second and DHing Julio Franco. Jose Canseco's in right batting third. Cleanup man catcher Ivan Rodriguez. Rafael Palmeiro is at first base in the 5th spot, followed by third baseman Dean Palmer. Doug Strange plays second, bats 7th. Hitting 8th in left field is Gary Reedus, and bringing up the rear at shortstop, John Shave. Alex Fernandez been brilliant this year, 4-2 with a 1.88 earned run average in 7 starts. Alex has 2 complete games, 1 a shutout, 35 hits allowed in 52 2/3 innings, just 11 walks, 39 strikeouts. American League batting just 191 against Alex in 93. Defensively, Bo Jackson's in left field. Johnson and Burks are the other outfielders. Ventura, Graybeck, Cora, and Thomas are the infielders. And the battery tonight, this afternoon. That is Ron Karkovice and Alex Fernandez. Yes, it is his afternoon.
David Hulse will lead it off. Center fielder, hitting at .319, no homers, 5 RBIs. He is 3 for 9 in this series. He's on a 6-game hitting streak, and in his last 18 at bats, he has 10 hits. Fakes a bunt, takes the ball.
See, Alex won his last start against the Mariners. That was 13-2 at the Kingdom.
Fastball off the plate to count 2-0. Ventura in on the grass at third. Very slow infield here at Arlington Stadium as that fastball poured over. Probably the slowest in all of baseball. Fouls that pitch away. We're talking about all of baseball. The Sox had a pitcher last night for our Hickory Farm team throw a no-hitter, Wayne Lindeman. That's the first no-hitter in the Crawdads history.
That's great. Boy, them Crawdads, they're tough.
Into left field, Bo is there.
Oh, yes. That way to surround that ball, Bo. Man, that ball carried right there.
Second, number 14, designated hitter.
Almost to the wall in left field. Tell us more about the Crawdads.
Well, the Crawdads shut out Albany 1-0. Lindeman, that no-hitter with 8 strikeouts. So our congratulations to Wayne Lindeman.
Shoot fire. The Crawdads. Great name. Is that Hickory, North Carolina?
Yep. Here's the DH, Julio Franco. 31-year-old veteran. 1 for 9 in this series, hitting at .261. You see off to a great start and then has slumped lately. That fastball. Souvenir right side.
And are between the lines for this afternoon's game. Sox move the runners, do the little things. Well, 5 spot, that gets that momentum back on their side. Kenny Rogers has 3 good pitches and he has to use them. That low fastball to Bo Jackson really was creamed, and Alex has got to work fast.
Gets fouled away in the count 1-2. Checking some partial scores for you. Blue Jays top of the 6th inning at the stadium, leading New York 10-4. The ball shot. Get foul. It is. Down into the right field corner.
Wow, look at this. Texas loves playing in the daytime. 9-2, and they're 5-0 on Sunday.
Outfield, that big shift around to the right. Drops down with a breaking ball, and that's out number 2.
Oh, I think there's going to get a lot of guys with that one. Boy, Alex, when he drops down, has been going specifically with the fastball. Look at Julio just buckle right there. He had no chance to pull the trigger. Great hook on the outside corner at the knees. Alex has been terrific in his last 5 starts. 29 strikeouts, only 5 walks, and still just 2-2 during that span.
Here's Jose Canseco, the right fielder, hitting at .299, 6 homers, 35 knocked in. He also has about a 6-game hitting streak going for him. 2 for 9 in this series. Outfield now playing him well around to the left. There's a strike, and the count evens at 1. Other partials for you. Minnesota leading Boston 4-1, bottom of the 5th at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. There's a breaking ball strike, and the count 1-2. Milwaukee 4, Cleveland 3, top of the 5th, County Stadium. Orioles at Tiger Stadium leading Detroit 3-2, bottom of the 5th inning. Curveball, and the count 2-2. And the breaking pitch. Yes, he did on the fastball up and in. So a 1-2-3 inning for Alex. Couple of strikeouts after one. 5-0 good guys.
Now we direct your attention to Rangers Diamond Vision.
Reminder, this copyright program is presented by the authority of Major League Baseball and the Chicago White Sox. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of Major League Baseball, the Chicago White Sox, and Sports Channel is strictly prohibited. That's the story here in the top of the second inning. It'll be Graybeck, Cora, and Johnson to face the southpaw Kenny Rogers. There are the numbers on Craig. 273 a homer. He's knocked in 3. 1 for 7 with an RBI in this series. And in his career, he has faced Kenny Rogers 4 times. He is 3 for 4 with 2 homers and a double.
That's good.
Outfield straight up. That ball going foul. Right size, wrong shape.
Well, prior to today, both of these guys are doing very well pitching against the opponent's hitters. You can see David Wells the best at 162. Kenny Rogers coming in just 186. Alex at 192. 2 and 3. Melito Perez is the 4th best.
Now that's going to change with those 4 hits in the first inning off Rogers.
Yeah.
That pitch up high in the count 2-1. Over in the National League, Phillies leading the Braves 4-3, bottom of the 7th at Fulton County Stadium. Cincinnati shutting out Colorado 7-0, bottom of the 3rd at Riverfront, as the count moves to 3-1 to Graybeck. Houston 1, Dodgers 0, bottom of the 4th at the Astrodome. 3-2 Montreal over the Mets, top of the 8th at Olympic Stadium. Stay fair. Ball hit deep to left field and foul. In Florida at St. Louis, 6th inning, no score. So that's at least 15 innings that the Marlin pitching staff has shut out the Cardinals. Here's the payoff pitch. That's off the fist in the left field. Gary Reedus.
Second baseman Joey Cora.
Here's the probables for the series against the Angels. Scott Sanderson versus Dave Steve, Chuck Finley versus Wilson Alvarez, and Mark Langston against Jack McDowell. Wow. 3 best for the Angels. And the White Sox will counter with the right lefty right in those 3 ball games.
Here's Joey Cora. Fouls a fastball back. Joey drew a walk and scored last inning.
Well, Scott Sanderson's really having himself quite a year for the Angels.
5-1.
Yeah. Good ERA. They needed a good right-handed starter to complement those 2 nasty lefties that they have.
Upstairs, 21 to count.
In the air here.
Oh man, don't even say it, please.
There's not a lot of pollen in the air.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Off speed pitch misses.
Is there anything we can do to make you a little bit more uncomfortable, like bring some ragweed in here?
2-2 pitch. There's a shot base hit in the left field. So Joey Cora 1 for 1.
Center fielder Lance Johnson.
How did you ever grow up in Georgia, the allergy capital of the world?
They've been great till we got down here to Texas. So here's Lance. He's 1 for 1. Had an infield single last inning. Joey Cora, pretty good lead at first. Kenny Rogers, the second base, makes a low throw. John Shea made a good pickup. They force Cora 2 down.
You know, at first sight of this, it looked like Kenny Rogers would have been better off to let that ball go right to the shortstop. He may have been able to turn it himself. You see the first pitch fastball. Kenny, a good athlete, but makes the off-balance throw. And you're right, boy, Shea did make a terrific play. Lance Johnson, of course, with that good speed, is able to beat the throw to first.
And here's Frank Thomas, had a sacrifice fly. No, check that, a single and an RBI last inning.
You really underestimated your powers, didn't you? Lousy sacrifice fly. Ha!
2-0 the count. If you joined us late, a little fly ball into right field. Canseco broke back on it and then could not recover. Good lead by Lance. 12 for 13 in stolen bases.
Later on in that inning, Robin Ventura had that little blooper that fell in between everybody else, and Bo fouled. Well, after Burke struck out, Bo fouled with the 3-run homer.
There goes. Oh, what a jump he got right there. Rodriguez had no chance. Stolen base number 13.
Boy, Lance is doing it. You see the crossover step. It's straight steal all the way. And you're right, Rodriguez had the inside fastball they handled right there. He's trying to rush because he saw Lance out of the corner of his eye. 13 for 14.
And the 3-0 pitch. Turn him loose. There's a shot, base hit into left field. They're going to wave Lance around as Gary Reedus makes a bad throw. Lance will score, and it's a 6-0 ball game. That boy hurt.
We're not worthy to be in this game with you. I'm retiring now from PTCs. Look at this 3-0 fastball. Oh, right there, dead central. You see Frank get that back foot off the ground completely and getting the head out. Gary Reedus makes a real bad throw. Actually, Frank should be standing at second base right now. When you see a ball going that far offline, you got to be able to take that extra base. So the Big Hurt drives in another one. Whoa, boy, he's got 32 now. It's Claude Osteen, the pitching coach, out there to settle things down for Kenny Rogers and the Rangers.
So Gomer will return to the dugout.
Why do you think they called him that? He was a good pitcher. Looking at Claude Osteen's record the other day, he was 196 and 195, but with a real good 3.29 career earned run average.
He was a good pitcher.
Yeah.
Here's George Bell. He had a sacrifice fly last inning, knocking in his 16th run. Change up. 0-1 the count. Outfield straight up. There's a base hit into left field right off the end of the bat. So Thomas will hold at second. And a big stolen base by Lance Johnson. Activity now down the in the Ranger pen. There's Robbie Nin. He has not worked against the Sox, but they tell us he has an excellent arm. Here's Ventura. Takes the ball high off the plate. He had a single last inning. Bob, son of former Dodger first baseman Dick Nin.
Dick Nin, yeah.
Two another count to Ventura. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Sox. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for the Rangers. Fastball high in the count, 3-0. It's a strike over. Chopper gets by the pitcher. Palmeiro is there as Robin beats it out. Ball is dropped by Rogers. That should be a base hit.
Well, the Rangers just can't do anything right defensively, and some balls are being perfectly placed by the White Sox hitters. You can see just out of the reach of Rogers, who's a good athlete. Palmeiro with the backhand flip. Oh boy. Rogers tries to catch it barehanded. Watch this. Can't hold on. Robin looked like he had it beaten anyway. So Ellis Burks, the hitter, bases loaded and 2 out.
Ellis struck out last inning.
Well, you see what Ellis has done with the bases loaded. 6 career grand slams. 329. Chance to get back in the race.
He got his pitch. Fastball upstairs.
Yep.
Fouled it back.
Well, absolutely nothing has gone right for Kenny Rogers in this ball game. Sox hit it hard. It's in there for a hit. If they hit it softly, they're still getting hits. And he's not being helped by his defense.
Breaking ball low and the count 1-1. Now one thing, when you're looking at these two ball clubs, the one clear-cut edge that the Sox have is defense.
Without a doubt.
There's a 1-1. Breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, it looked like in the first inning that Kenny Rogers had to get at least 5 outs. Sox put a 5 spot on the board, and pretty much the same thing in this frame.
2-1. Fastball hit hard. Stay fair. Stay fair. It is, and you can put it on the board. Yes. Grand slam home run for Ellis Burks, and it's a 10-0 Sox lead. Hello.
Well, that's a 7th career grand slam for Ellis Burks. And that'll be it for Kenny Rogers. Look at this. 5th home run. He now has 20 runs batted in on the season. Being congratulated by his teammates as he gets to the dugout. And the White Sox have really regained the momentum of this series. Let's take a look at it. 2-1 pitch coming up. Fastball. Oh, boy. Just drops the head. Watch it, Ellis. When he takes a good swing, that chin usually just transferred from the front shoulder to the back shoulder. He nails this one short and quick. He didn't believe it was going out. It just does get over, but that was a shot.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Rangers, number 31, Rob Nin.
So a change, a break in the action. And we'll be back to give you the numbers on Robbie Nin right after this. Attaboy, Alex.
Rob Nin is the new Ranger pitcher in 5 games, 1-1 with a 6.28 earned run average, giving up 15 hits in 14 1/3 innings, 19 walks. Wow, what a control problems he's had, and 7 strikeouts.
Here's Bo Jackson. A big 3-run homer last inning. It was a bullet. About halfway up out there in left center field in those bleachers. Bo now with 4 homers, 9 RBIs on the season. And the count 0-2. Boy, he looks just like his dad. Dick Nin, as we mentioned, former first baseman with Dodgers, Washington Senators. That ball hit high in the right field. Canseco can't see it. Now he picks it up. And that'll fall in there for a base hit. So Bo Jackson now. Is it a ground rule double? Yeah, it's going to be a ground rule double. Bo Jackson 2 for 2 as Canseco just could not pick the ball up.
Catcher Ron Karkovic.
Very obvious that Jose couldn't see this when it's a fastball away. Bo just kind of flips it out there in the right field. Didn't hit it real hard, but Canseco got as late a break as you could possibly imagine. Now he's trying to get there, but no dice. So Bo and the White Sox really can't do anything wrong.
So here's Karkovic. Cargo for 1. Outfield Bunston straight away. Pops this pitch up. John Shave, the shortstop. Now, Dean Palmer cuts in front of him, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. But 5 runs on 6 hits. No errors, a man left after an inning and a half. 10-0 White Sox.
Leading off for the Rangers, number 7.
Here are the top teams in baseball. Philadelphia Phillies 706. They're 24-10, followed by the Giants of San Francisco 23-14, and the White Sox and the Tigers 3rd and 4th respectively 21-13. Sox are a game and a half ahead of the California Angels, and we'll see those guys tomorrow at Comiskey Park. Rangers 2 games back coming into today's action. And you can see Seattle, Minnesota, Kansas City, and Oakland bringing up the rear. And Alex Fernandez, who won his last ball game, his last start at Seattle, 13-2, is really being supplied with some ammo on this road trip. 10 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Wow. And Ivan Rodriguez is going to lead things off. I'll bet he thought he was never going to get a chance to hit today. He's the cleanup man for the Rangers. We're almost an hour into this ball game, and 3 Rangers have batted. Whoa. So Rodriguez with great numbers so far in the season. 321, 1 homer, 23 runs batted in. I would doubt that he'd be in this ball game for the whole thing because he's just been a workhorse. He's been catching every game, day games after night games, whatever the Rangers schedule allows. And they've got, there's a grounder off the mound, off the plate, that is. Is it a fair ball? Yes, it is. So while the Rangers can't do a thing right, nothing is going wrong for the White Sox. Kevin Kennedy out to argue. It looked like it hit off home plate to me. I think the Rangers want a mulligan on this game. What do you think?
I think they would love a mulligan. Rewind that tape and erase it. See if we can see anything from this angle. Oh, that's a fair ball.
Unless it hit him.
That's a fair ball.
Well, did it hit his arm?
No.
No, if it didn't hit Rodriguez, then it certainly is a fair ball.
Straight up.
Yeah, didn't hit him.
No.
Good pitch by Alex, down and away. Rodriguez tried to pull it. He got himself out essentially. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the second.
First baseman Rafael Palmeiro.
Easy play for Ventura. And here's Rafael Palmeiro. He ended the ball game last night with a 2-run homer off Barry Jones. That came in the 11th inning. Curveball, strike. Sox with 10 runs on 10 hits through 2 innings. They have been mashing the ball on this road trip. There's a fastball up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Palmeiro, who's struggling at the start of this season. 229 with the 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. There's a shot in the right field, base hit. He turned on that high fastball and nailed it in the right field.
Number 16, third baseman Dean Palmer.
So the Rangers get their first hit. Aha, Hawkeroo was right. That was a changeup, a 2-0 changeup. Just left it up and out over the plate. Palmeiro hooks it into that corner. Alex, you could see he had that ball in the back of his hand. Not real good location, but a good pitch selection on 2-0. Here's Dean Palmer. He sent yesterday's game into overtime with a very dramatic one-out home run against Roberto Hernandez in the 9th inning. And the Rangers won that one in 11, as we mentioned. A little slider, yes, strike one. So Palmer, .254 hitter as he stands in with 10 homers, 25 driven home. Curveball. That's fouled off, so 0-2. Well, the outfielders are really playing deep this afternoon on both teams. Almost backed up to the warning track on every hitter. Jose Canseco really having a tough time in right field picking up anything. Fastball. Woo, just misses. Sox are 3-2 on this current trip. Texas 10-6 at home. Sox, 21 of the club's 31 homers have come on the road. Got him with a curveball. Third strikeout for Alex.
Batting seventh, number 20, second baseman Doug
Very
Strange.
nicely thrown by Alex, way up ahead in the count, and the fish were biting there. So 2 down. Doug Strange, the hitter. Strange getting some playing time now. Billy Ripken on the disabled list with a hamstring problem. Fouled back. And you know, there's no better place in Chicago to throw a pregame party than our own Kingsford Charcoal patio area. Patio can accommodate groups of 20 to 1,500. For more information, call the Sox sales office at 312-924-1000. Kingsford Charcoal, the surefire. And the Bertucci boys. We'll be back tomorrow. Eating like we're going to the electric chair. 1-1 the Strange. Yeah, Alex looks like he's marching out some pretty good stuff to the mound again. The 8th consecutive time he's done that. Good curveball. Oh, he really let that one work for him. So once again, Alex ahead in the count, 1-2. Frank Thomas is playing behind the first base runner, Rafael Palmeiro. Good news. There's a shot to the shortstop. Grayback's going to take it himself. And the Rangers are denied in the second inning. After 2 from Arlington, 10-0, good guys in black. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, 10 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for the White Sox. No runs, 1 hit, and an error for the Rangers. Rangers haven't done anything right from a pitching standpoint, offensively, and certainly not defensively. Strike to Craig Grayback. Rob Nen in relief of Kenny Rogers. Kenny worked an inning and 2/3, gave up 10 runs on 9 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. That ERA is going sky high after this one. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1 on Grayback. Craig flied to left his first time up after he hit a couple balls that would have been homers had they stayed fair down the left field line. Check swing, foul ball at home plate. Rangers came in with a 3.32 team ERA. That was second best in the American League. That will go up considerably. Oh boy. Don't drive now. Oh, he pops his hanger up. Rodriguez makes the catch. Good play by Ivan. Great concentration right by the camera well. I thought that was going in the seats.
Second baseman Joey Cora.
See, he's got his sunglasses on. Boy, that was terrific concentration. Whew. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the third. And Joey Cora bats for the 3rd time in 3 innings. Fastball up high. Joey 1 for 1, a single, a walk. He has scored a run, batting at even .300 as he stands in there. Ground ball towards shortstop. Shave makes the play, and there's 2 down. Joey now is 1 for 2.
Center fielder Lance Johnston.
And that'll bring up Lance Johnson. Lance 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first inning. Was safe on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored another run. So Lance with 2 runs scored, hitting at .353. Fastball bounced off home plate. Stick it in your pocket. Another hit. Boy, this game's amazing, isn't it? Sometimes, some days, like the Rangers, they can't do anything right. Rodriguez hits a ball off home plate. He's out. Lance hits one and gets himself a base hit. Forget it. Lance 2 for 3 now with 2 infield hits. That average keeps going up, up, up. And here's the Hawkeroos. Pick the click. Frank Thomas 2 for 2, couple RBIs. He's doing good. Breaking ball misses outside. Frank hitting at .279 as he stands in there, so that average starting to get up there where it needs to be. Frank, of course, a .320 career hitter. George Bell on deck. Way outside. So Robbie Nen, who has had control problems this season, falls behind Frank Thomas 2-0. Nen, a big guy, 6'4", 190-pounder. Looks bigger than that. 23 years old from San Pedro, California. Ground ball towards short. Shave. Force play, and that'll do it. Sox finally come up empty in one of the innings, and they still lead it after 2.5, 10-zip.
That's the tail of the tape here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sox with 5 in the first, 5 in the second, lead at 10-zip. Right now it's time for Wimpy's Trivia Trove. Named the only 3 pitchers in Rangers history to throw a no-hitter. We got 2 of them.
I know all 3 of them.
Yeah, you saw the answer earlier.
Well, but I forgot 2 of them. I think one's pretty obvious.
Gary Reedus, 36-year-old veteran, playing left field today, leads it off, takes the ball. Bert Blyleven did it.
Yeah.
Fastball upstairs and a count 2-0. Reedus hitting at .217, a homer. He's knocked in 3.
Nolan Ryan did it. Pretty obvious.
That's into left field off the end of the bat. Bo Jackson now is there, makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Batting 9.
I know the other one.
Shortstop John Shea.
Yep. Big guy. Big guy.
Big
I
hand.
mean, big guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bibby. Jim Bibby.
Yeah, he threw great.
Here's John Shea, the shortstop. Pops this pitch up. Big Frank makes a catch, 2 gone.
Piece of cake.
Named the only 3
Center
pitchers in
fielder,
Wimpy's Trivia Trove in Rangers history to throw a no-hitter.
There they are. Jim Bibby, 73 against the A's. He was throwing great then. Bert Blyleven, 77 versus the Angels. And Nolan Ryan's got 2 of them in 90 and 91 versus the A's and Jays, respectively.
Here's the leadoff hitter, the center fielder, David Holtz. Hitting at .319 when the game started. He's 0 for 1 today. There's a good curveball.
Speaking of Nolan Ryan, you were with him at that luncheon yesterday. Was that Friday, Hawkeye?
Yeah.
How's he doing? What's the forecast?
He's got some problems. He's got a bad hip now. And it's just been a disaster. No one had a good spring.
Yeah.
Health-wise, he had an excellent spring, getting himself in tremendous shape, working out as he always has. And then everything just seemed to fall apart. That night he hurt his knee against Baltimore. It was just pouring rain here.
Yeah.
Covering first base. He had to have arthroscopic surgery on it. And he thinks that his hip is a direct connection to the knee injury, which happens so often. Sometimes a guy will get, especially a pitcher, will get an injury of some sort and compound it by altering something in his motion or whatever, whereas his shoulder, his elbow, or his hip gives him some problems.
Right.
1-2 pitch. It's just a shame to see one of the great names in baseball have that much problems in his final farewell season. Holtz fouls the fastball back, and after this half inning, it'll be Randy Hahn back in our studios with the Major League scoreboard coming your way. A lot of deuces on the board. Ground ball right side. Cora's got to hurry. Bare hand underneath in time. Beautiful play, Cora. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Alex. After 3 from Arlington Stadium. Good guys lead it 10-zip.
He's the owner of a 10.
White Sox 10 runs on 11 hits. No runs on 1 hit for the Rangers. It'll be Bell, Ventura, and Burks to face Rob Nin. If you joined us late, Kenny Rogers started with an inning and 2/3, giving up 10 runs, 9 hits, 1 walk, and had 2 strikeouts. And here's George. Sacrifice fly in the first, a single, and a run scored in the second. Off-speed pitch way up and in. You can add 1 more run to that Toronto score. 11-6 now. Still hitting in the top of the 8th inning. That is at Yankee Stadium. Ball hit hard into center field. David Holtz going back. He can't get there. Ball's over his head, so Bell in the second with a leadoff double. He sort of came in and circled back, and by that time he just couldn't recover.
And what he did, he never really took his eye off the ball. He didn't run to the spot like you usually do. Must be tough picking the ball up there. George just smokes this one. It's a fastball. You're right, he did come in, and now he doesn't run to that spot that we talk about so often. You get there a little bit quicker. Has those glasses on. Obviously, it's tough to pick up the ball in the outfield today. We've seen the guys really having trouble, as particularly Canseco and Wright.
Here's Robin. He's 2 for 2. 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Takes a strike. Yeah, every ball has been hit to the outfield. They have had trouble picking it up. Off-speed pitch up high. Count moves to 1-1. Top of the 10th inning now at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. Mets and Expos tied at 3. Ball low and inside, so the count moves to 2-1. Ellis Burks on deck. There's a ball hit hard up the middle. Doug Strange is there. Picks it up, throws him out. 1 gone. Bell in the 3rd.
Well, the Bulls and the Cavs will continue their series Monday with Game 4 from Richfield Coliseum. And the best way to see the showdown plus complete pregame and postgame coverage is on Sports Channel, your Bulls playoff headquarters. There you see it, tip-off 93 at 6:30 Central Time, and then the Bulls and the Cavs at 7.
is Ellis Burks. Ellis 1 for 2. With that one hit back in the second inning, his 7th career grand slam. Infield in. John Shade, the shortstop, just a little short of halfway. As the count 1-1.
Well, Ellis has a good shot right ahead here to pad that RBI count. Hit a fly ball, base hit, certainly will.
Yeah,
get it on.
That sure will. That'll score him, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The pitch down low.
Plus, it'll help my chances to win.
2-1.
Ulterior motive.
The count. One of your many motives.
I just can't stand looking at that score. Good change.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bo Jackson on deck. Outfield swung just a bit around to the left. Reedus, Holtz, and Canseco from left to right. Fouls that pitch out of play right side. So the count hangs at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All right, is this the kind of a game that you go for yourself?
Yeah, at this point in time, you start trying to fatten up a little bit.
Darn right. Down that stretch run, an RBI here or there. Well, makes your next contract look a little bit better. Same thing for the team that's losing now.
Oh, yeah. That's upstairs. Full count.
Well, at least you can, you might as well get a couple hits if you're going to lose.
Well, the biggest thing is, if you're on the Texas side of that ledger, Alex is not going to try to walk anybody.
Right.
So he's going to be coming right at you. But it's better as that ball shot in the right field. Canseco moves over, makes a catch. George Bell tags. He's coming on. He'll score. And it's 11-0 Sox. 5th RBI of the game for Ellis Burks.
Left fielder Bo Jackson.
And his 21st run driven in on the season. Pretty good pitch by Nen. Fastball outer, running the outside half of the plate at the knees. Goes with it nicely, though. Hammers it to right. No chance for Canseco to throw out Bell. So it's 11-0 White Sox.
Here's Bo Jackson. Big 3-run homer in the first inning. Swimming on 2 out, and he killed it. Takes the off-speed pitch. 1-0 the count. And in the second inning, hit a fly ball that Canseco lost. Could not pick it up. Fell in for a ground rule double. Fouls that pitch back. A ball, a strike, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. Change. Got a pretty good motion with that changeup.
See if we can see the grip. Yeah, it looks like he just holds it in the back of his hand. Boy, he got a good spot, too.
See if he backs it up with a heater. He does, but it misses. Two-two pitch. Slashes that one foul. 11 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Sox. No runs, just 1 hit and 1 error for the Rangers. Full count to Jackson. Sox trying to make it a 4-2 road trip.
Let's see, does Bo still have that interlocking
No.
grip there? No, he doesn't, does he? I don't know how anybody could do that.
A ball slicing the right field and going foul. Sox trying to pick up their 22nd victory of the season, move back to 9 games over 500. That's a high water mark for the year. So a palindrome out on the mound. What are you looking for? Ball pops up and it'll be out of play right side.
Did I fall asleep and just wake up? A who?
Palindrome. They're like Toby Harrah,
Yeah. Oh.
John Hanna, Rob Nin.
God, what if his name was Bob Nen? Wouldn't that be something? It is.
A double
Robert.
dipper.
It is. He's got a double dip name.
Pitch inside, ball 4.
Catcher Ron Karkovice.
So Bo Jackson, 3-run homer, a double, and a base on balls. And with 2 out, here's Karkovice. That Kark and Graybeck, the only 2 members in the lineup thus far without a base hit. It's just the top of the 4th inning. Breaking ball high. Change up. 2-0 the count. Oh, Kark, get yourself a base hit. Oh, getting back to that, which is easier, or go for yourself. The ball up high, 3-0. Rangers still have to face Alex. The Sox are getting into that bullpen. That's ball 4. So back-to-back walks to Jackson and Karkovice, and here comes Graybeck. Walks number 20 and 21 on the season issued by Rob Nin.
And once again, Gomer's out to the mound. Wow. Oh, what a... He's walking better than a man in an inning, almost about a man in a third an inning for Rob Nin. That'll drive your pitching coach and manager crazy.
So here's Graybeck. Greg is fly to left. And he's popped out to Ivan Rodriguez. Graybeck takes the ball.
Numbers on Nin last year at Tulsa, which is Double-A. He was 1-1 with a 2.16 earned run average. He was a starter though in just 4 games.
There's a strike.
But he walked 2 guys in 25 innings. Go figure.
Oh, well, Greg, get yourself a knock here. That's in the right field. Canseco got a good jump on this one. He picked it up. He's there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across, and after 3.5, 11-0 Sox. Canseco and Rodriguez. That's a story. The tale of the tape. 11-0 White Sox. Franco punched out his first trip. That's a souvenir right side. So the 31-year-old veteran still bothered with those bad knees. And of course, to hear Wimpy tell it, those bad knees are only the result of the upper body bulk that Franco has put on, making it too tough for his knees to carry around.
There you go.
Fastball inside, and the count 1-1. And Wimpy, if you believe that,
I do.
that's your story?
Yep.
Slider strike.
Ooh. Boy, Alex buckled him last time. Let's see if he does the same thing with a
Drop down
curveball.
No, drop down, throw him a heater right on the outside corner. Gas upstairs. Franco will grab some bench for the second time. 4th strikeout for young Alex.
And the official fan club of the White Sox is the Silver and Black Pack. Membership open to kids up to 16 and includes 3 pairs of tickets, good for White Sox tickets, membership certificate and card, new White Sox stickers, a Waldo the White Sox Wolf pin, and a subscription to the club's newsletter. Membership only $15. Tickets alone are worth $48. And you can sign up today at Sport Mart, the official outlet of the Silver and Black Pack.
Good deal.
Ho-ho.
Here's Canseco. Struck out his first trip. Outfield way around to the left. And shot base hit up the middle.
Catcher, punch.
So the second Ranger hit, and with 1 out, Canseco at first. Here's the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. He bounced out to Ventura his first trip. Rodriguez trying to claim it was foul off his foot, but no. The men in blue would not allow it. Fouls a slider back. Well, the Red Sox have come back to take a 9-4 lead over the Twinkies in the bottom of the 7th inning. Minnesota leading that game at 1 point, 4-1.
Good.
Toronto now leading New York 12-6, top of the 9th at the stadium. And base hit in the right field. Canseco will hold at second.
Well, Alex right there got a couple pitches up and a couple good hitters got knocks. Canseco got a breaking ball and Rodriguez a high fastball.
Here's Palmeiro at a base hit. His first trip. Got a changeup from Alex and drilled it in the right field. Seattle leading Oakland 1-0, top of the 2nd at the Coliseum. George Brett's 301st home run. And Kansas City still leading California 1-0, bottom of the 2nd at the Big A in Anaheim. Rafael now 5 for 9 in this series with a homer. The game winner last night. Another good heater. So Alex on top, 0-2.
Well, the picks to click. Hawk has Big Frankie's 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. Ellis Burks has a slam and 5 RBI, and Big Yim, well, hang with him.
Hang with him. That pitch down low, 1-2. They're into the 11th inning in Montreal, still tied at 3. The Mets and the Expos are. Pittsburgh now leading the Cubs 5-3, bottom of the 8th at Wrigley. Curveball. Phillies beat the Braves 5-4 down at Fulton County Stadium. So Fragosi's Fighting Phillies. 14-1. Cincinnati leading Colorado, bottom of the 6th inning.
Wow. What do you think the ERA for the Colorado staff is going to be at the end of the year?
Awesome.
Large.
Very. Curveball gets away from Karkovice. So the wild pitch by young Alex.
Take a look at the last one. Oh, it's a breaking ball in the dirt. They hit right on top of home plate, and then it took that little bounce off the plate away from Kark. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Palmeiro on the 2-2 pitch. Wow.
Full count to Palmeiro with Dean Palmer on deck.
Well, Colorado's team earned run average coming into today is 5.80. So that'll go up.
Yes.
Wait till it gets hot. And the ball really starts carrying. I'd be surprised if their team ERA was less than 7 at the end of the year. It's got to be the all-time high when this season's over with.
Yeah. It'll probably break the existing major league record. That's ball 4, so that'll load him up. First walk issued by Alex. And with 1 out, bases loaded. Here's Dean Palmer. He struck out his first trip. Ball hit deep into left field. Bo Jackson back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Grand slam home run for Dean Palmer, and the game is now 11-4.
Now for Palmer. He's got 29 driven in on the season. Let's take another look at it. Well, it's a breaking ball. Slider didn't do a whole lot. It just kind of stayed on the plane. Look at Palmer. Oh boy, did that head stay still. Woo. That's a pretty good hack right there.
Doug Strange, the second baseman. Hit into a fielder's choice his first trip. So already in this ball game, 2 grand slams and 1 3-1 shot. Ball in the left field. Bo Jackson makes the call. 2 gone.
Well, he just flicked his hands at that ball right there. Dean Palmer shows you the strength. Hit a homer last night. Should have had another one, but that ball got up above the stadium walls, and the wind brought it back.
He is short and quick. He got a chance to be, in my opinion, the man in home runs in baseball.
Wow.
Gary Reedus. Check swing foul out of play. He flied to Jackson in the 3rd inning. Dean Palmer reminds me so much of Jeff Burroughs when Burroughs first broke into baseball before he came to Texas, when they did not have those billboards around the outfield thing and the wind blew straight in and you couldn't shoot one out of here.
And he was the MVP of the American League under those circumstances.
And his swing just got gradually and continually longer and longer and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, this ballpark did some damage on Jeff. Although he had a couple of really good years with the Braves. Had a 40 homer season in Atlanta.
Well, up until Denver came into the league, Atlanta had the highest elevation of any major league city.
Right.
Ball just jumps out of Fulton County Stadium. A lot of guys will hit a whole bunch of home runs down there.
But they say by comparison, it's unbelievable. Guys are cracking bats and hitting homers in Denver now.
Oh, yeah, there's no
going
comparison.
Opposite way.
There's no comparison. You never played in Denver, huh?
No.
Just misses the outside corner, so the count 2-2. You can't believe, unless you played there, you can sit around and listen and hear all the stories that they want to tell, and you still can't believe it unless you played and hit there. Popped up right side. Big Frank in foul territory. And that'll do it. But Dean Palmer's 11th homer, a grand slam, and after 4, 11-4 White Sox.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean.
For the Sox, it'll be the top of the order here in the top of the 5th. Cora, Lance Johnson, and Big Frank Thomas. If you joined us late, the Sox scored 5 runs in the first inning. RBIs by Frank Thomas and George Bell, then a 3-run homer. Tremendous blast by Bo Jackson. Sox scored 5 runs in the second inning. RBI by Big Frank Thomas and a grand slam by Ellis Burks. So here's Cora. Takes it low. Joey 1 for 2, a walk, a single. And he's bounced to short. Outfield well around to the left. 2-0 the count. Gets that fastball over. Maybe that might look good on you.
Nah, bodybuilders don't eat that stuff.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Orioles leading the Tigers 3-2, bottom of the 9th in Detroit. Milwaukee leading Cleveland 5-3, bottom of the 8th at County Stadium. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Comebacker, and then has it. 1 gone.
And once again, Milk Duds Candies and the White Sox are teaming up to offer kids 6 through 16 a chance to be a celebrity bat boy or bat girl. Each dream package includes 4 box seats tickets to the game, a special bat, jersey, cap, and ball. Enter at Comiskey's advanced ticket window or in your Sox program. All entries must have already been received. Winners don't perform duties.
Here's Lance Johnson. Lance 2 for 3, a couple of runs scored. Change up, gets that one over. So the count 0-2. Strikes out Lance. First strikeout for Rob Nin.
First baseman Frank Thomas.
So with 2 out, that'll bring up Big Frank. 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and 2 runs knocked in. Frank now with 32 RBIs on the year. Pitch misses, 1-0. Nips the outside corner. St. Louis shut out Florida 1-0. In Missouri, Houston leading the Dodgers 3-2, top of the 8th at the Astrodome. Off the end of the bat, broke it. Canseco a long way to come. He will not be able to get there as Big Frank will move into second base. He is 3 for 4. Now the ball gets away, but not far enough for Thomas to advance. 10th double for the Big Hurt.
George Bell.
Well, this looks familiar. Well, it's a fastball. Frank just hits it off the end of the bat. It's out there a little bit too quick. Jose can't get there. So the Big Hurt. Hawks pick the click. What new?
And here's George Bell. He is 2 for 2. A sacrifice fly, a single, a double, and 2 runs scored. Outfield bunched a bit straight up. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. And the count 1-1. 11-13-0 for the Sox. 4-4-1 for the Rangers. Two balls and a strike. Boston now leading Minnesota 11-4. And scored 10 unanswered runs. Bottom of the 8th inning. It's the bottom of the 9th at Yankee Stadium. Blue Jays 12, New York 6. There's a 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike. Thus far, it looks like Rob Ninn's best pitch is a good change. He has a decent fastball. Pitch popped up left side. Dean Palmer. Now the glass is down. It's called off by John Shave. Makes the catch, and it'll retire the side. Nothing across. It was a double by Thomas. Halfway home, 11-4 good guys. All right, now let's take a look at our Chicagoland Dodge dealers game summary. Dodge, the Intrepid, what a car. There you see 11-4 good guys. Grand slam home run by Ellis Burks. Big 3-run shot by Bo Jackson. Also a grand slam home run by Dean Palmer. 11-4 good guys. Our Chicagoland Dodge dealers game summary.
It's 11-4 White Sox, bottom of the 5th inning. And John Shave is going to lead things off for the Rangers. John's still looking for his first major league hit. 0 for 4 yesterday and 0 for 1 in this afternoon's contest. Alex Fernandez throws first pitch fastball strike. Sox swung around for Shave to hit the right field. Big gap between Bo Jackson and Lance Johnson in left center. Curveball misses upstairs. Count now 1-1. It's now 90 degrees in Arlington. Fastball misses inside. It doesn't feel like it's 90 degrees though. It's a little cooler than that, especially at our vantage point. A little breeze blowing up here. Fastball, yes, on the outside corner. So the count even at 2. Sox will open up a homestand tomorrow against the California Angels. Big series. Angels in second place in the AL West. Game and a half behind the White Sox. Fouled off right side. So we'll do it again. There's a shot into right center field, but Lance Johnson had him played perfectly. Well, for the majority of the hitters in the American League, that's a base hit. So Shave is still denied his first major league hit, although he hit it very hard. That is a definite hang whiffle. So David Hulse will hit. David 0 for 2 today. He's hitting .313 as he stands in there. Fly out and a ground out. Alex gave up 4 runs in the last inning. 2 singles, a walk, and a grand slam to David. Ooh, good pitch. Dean Palmer. Good changeup right there. Alex really stayed back. Watch this right here. Great arm action. Hulse way out in front. Can't make contact. There's a curveball bunted towards Ventura. Bare hand the throw. Great play by Frank Thomas just to knock the ball down. And Hulse safe at first with a single. Oh, Robin had to go to his right too. That's made the play more difficult. He's playing him towards a shortstop position. And he's got to charge and move to his right and make the completely off balance throw. So that's just a great job by Hulse. Nice effort by Frank Thomas there. And a good pitch to bunt too, the hanging curveball. So the Rangers have their 5th hit. And Julio Franco struck out twice, the batter. Fastball misses upstairs. White Sox swung way around for Franco to hit the right field. We mentioned his stance. He's got 2 fingers on his left hand hanging over the knob of the bat. And he used a very large bat. Strike on the outside corner. Sox with 13 hits. Texas Rangers with 5. And Robin Ventura almost to the shortstop position. There's a ground ball off of Alex. Graybeck gets the carom though, picks it up and throws out Franco. So Julio denied once again. Now when he hits it hard, somebody's making a play on him. 1-6-3 on that play if you're scoring at home. Take another look. Hits this one hard off the glove of Fernandez, but Graybeck able to make the adjustment going to his right and in and throws him out. So Canseco will hit. He singled and scored last inning. Jose is 1 for 2, a strikeout victim in the first. Here's a look at Franco's grip. You see those the 2 fingers in his left hand are hanging over the knob. Gets a little more extension that way. A lot of guys think you can apply more power. It's just a preference. He's the only guy that I know of that has 2 fingers off the knob. Most guys will have just 1. That pinky. There's a look at the base runner, David Hulse, with good speed. Canseco looking for another RBI. Takes a fast breaking ball, that is, hanger upstairs. Jose with 35 driven home on the season. How about in day games? Wow. Loves to hit at daytime. 440. 3 homers. In night games, he is just a .221 hitter. Fastball right there. 2-1. Like Jose's pitch right there, but he wasn't ready for it. As Zonk tries to get the Ranger fans going here on this little drum. Misses outside. 3-1. Rangers will move into their new stadium next season. And they will draw a lot of folks for that one. For their inaugural season, 1994. Fastball, he popped it up right side. He got it in on Jose. Joey Cora calls off Frank Thomas, puts it away, and that'll do it. So the Rangers come up empty, and after 5, Sox lead it 11-4. It's 90 degrees at 3 minutes before 4 Central Time. Very warm here. Fans enjoying the sunshine. Yes. And here's Robin Ventura. Top of the 6th inning. Sox lead at 11-4. They've out hit the Rangers 13-5. There's a fastball from Rob Nin. Talking about Nin last year, he had only 4 starts. Started the year great with the 1-1 record, 2.16 ERA, changeup down low. Then he missed the remainder of the season after 4 starts with nerve problems in his shoulder. He underwent a rehab program throughout the season and off season. So that's the Rob Nin story. 1-1. Robin pulls this one foul into the Ranger dugout. So a 1-2 pitch coming up. And Robin has got a couple of hits. 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Has not really scalded the ball. Curveball grounded foul. Doug Manzolino will make the play. And he makes a friend. He flips the ball into the stands. Well, the Phillies stay hot. They beat the Atlanta Braves. Actually, they just won 1 out of 3 at Fulton County Stadium this weekend. Pirates beat the Cubs. Robin pulls this curveball to Palmeiro. Flip to Nin, and there's 1 out here in the 6th. What's amazing about the Phillies, Mark, they're only hitting .248 as a team that's 12th best in the 14-team National League. Getting good pitching, good enough pitching at .354 earned run average. That's 4th best in the league, and they're 4th in defense. So they just
now once again just goes to show you how misleading numbers are in baseball.
Yeah,
you can hit .248 as a club, but if you hit it at the right time, you're going to win a lot of games.
And they're doing it too. They're hitting grand slams, late inning heroics by a different guy every night. Nobody's having a tremendous year. I think Kruk is hitting well over 300, but some of the other guys are below their standard. So it's interesting that the Phillies would be playing that well. Team baseball, obviously, they've probably been doing the little things. We haven't seen them play yet, but I'm sure that they're getting that guy over in scoring position, moving runners, getting the sacrifice fly, the big run when they need it. Ellis Burks pops this one up right side. Palmeiro in foul ground, puts it away, and there's 2 down.
Fielder Bo Jackson.
Houston has the best pitching in the National League, a 3.11 earned run average. You called it, you predicted it, you knew it all the time.
I like the Astros. They're going to be tough to beat. They got a great chemistry on that ball club. They've got some young players. And the best part about it is they think they can win it.
You can't unless you think you can. Bo Jackson fouls this one back.
No, Omar and Carroll of Highland, Indiana are here rooting for a big White Sox victory. He wants to say hello to Pop and the crew in Hammond, Indiana.
Hammond?
Yes. Tony Fleming and Pete Flores are here from San Antonio. I'd like to say hello to everyone on the south side.
Okay. Bo Jackson smokes it. Just foul. Oh, Lordy, that just missed a homer. Oh, did he hit that hard? It got out of here in a heartbeat. Boy, that's a good swing by Bo. Get fair, get fair. Bo's just happy to be playing. He's having fun out there.
That's the best thing about the White Sox club. They're all having fun.
Bo shortening up on that bat a little bit. You know, he's choking up all day today. There's a strike. Curveball got him. Bo knew it. And that'll do it for the Sox. After 5.5 from Arlington, still leading 11-4.
11-4 good guys here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sox with 13 hits. Rangers have 5. If you joined us late, a couple of grand slam home runs in this ball game. One by Ellis Burks, one by Dean Palmer. But really the big 3-run homer by Bo Jackson. As you look at Six Flags over. No, that's the across the street.
Wet and Wild. Those are fun.
It'll be Rodriguez, Palmeiro, and Palmer. Ivan Rodriguez, he's 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. Outfield playing him around to the right. Ventura back at third. Fastball upstairs. Seattle now leading Oakland 2-0 bottom of the fourth at the Coliseum as he drops that curveball over. Baltimore put the Tigers away 3-2 in Detroit. Blue Jays doubled up the Yankees 12-6 in New York. Kansas City still shutting out California 1-0 top of the fourth in Anaheim. Bottom of the ninth inning at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. Red Sox still leading Minnesota 11-5. Ball and 2 strikes to the 21-year-old Texas catcher. That ball hit hard into right center field. Ellisberg's back. He can't get there. Lance Johnson will take it off the wall to one hopper. And a leadoff double for Rodriguez.
You know, it's really interesting the adjustments that Rodriguez made after that first at bat. He had a real bad at bat trying to pull the ball, something down and away on a slider, and he just hit a weak ground ball left side. Right there, a pretty good curveball by Alex, but he goes with the pitch, hits it hard into that gap in right center, and he did the same thing as last time up on a fastball up and out over the plate. So Rodriguez now 2 for 3.
And here's Palmeiro. He's 1 for 1, a single, a walk, and a run scored. Checking some scores in the National League, as Wimpy told you, Phillies over the Braves 5-4 in Atlanta. Pirates beat the Cubs 5-3 at Wrigley. 14-2 top of the ninth inning at Riverfront. Cincinnati leading the Rockies 1-0. St. Louis shut out the Fighting Fish as Palmeiro takes the ball. Montreal in extra innings beat the Mets 4-3. Well, the Mets continue to struggle. And Houston leading the Dodgers 3-2 top of the ninth at the Astrodome. 2-0 the count. He rips that one foul. Thank you. Trying to pick up his 5th victory of the season. Fastball, that's over the Sox dugout. So with Baltimore's victory over the Tigers and the Blue Jays victory over the Yankees, Toronto now just 3.5 back. Tigers 3.5 over New York. So New York, Boston, and Toronto all tied at 3.5 back. Check that Boston will move to 2.5 back. They now have posted the final 11-5 Red Sox over Minnesota. So the Red Sox in second place in the East. Here's a 2-2. Full count to Palmeiro with Rodriguez the second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th, and Dean Palmer on deck. There's a base hit. Just reached out. Smoked it into right center field as Rodriguez will score in this game now 11-5. Palmeiro now 6 for 10 in this series.
Well, it's a curveball. Alex tried to backdoor him, but Palmeiro, who's got great plate coverage, able to flip it over the infield. Kept those hands back, had a lot of hang time. And once again, the Rangers get back on the board.
And Alex having most of the damage done off him this afternoon off the breaking stuff, something he had gotten away from for 4 straight starts. So here's Palmer, 1 for 2, his 11th homer. It was a grand slam back in the 4th inning.
Off of a breaking ball. Kind of a get-me-over slider, it looked like. Palmer smoked it.
Bobby Thigpen starting to loosen up. So here's Dean Palmer. Two and 0 the count. (11, 13 and 0 for the good guys. 5, 7 and 1 for Texas. Two and 1 to count. Three balls and a strike. The way that ball is jumping today, still a lot of baseball left to be played.
Yeah, that's for sure. You get a little lift on anything. Actually, the line drive is the thing that's really going to carry. Ooh.
Full count to Dean Palmer. Trying to hit anybody, or they call it a foul tip.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought he got him right in the left tricep.
I thought it hit him. Maybe it hit him in the knob of the bat. Let's see. Yeah, right there. Right there on the knob.
So a break. And let's see if Alex can capitalize on it. Drops down, pitch popped, and foul, out of play. Second row back. Cincinnati beat Colorado 14-2. Reds now on a 7-game winning streak. They're over 500. Just 4.5 games back. But right here, Palmeiro, his lead, does not go. Boy, Dean Palmer is so short and quick, it's scary.
Yeah, when he gets in a hot streak, he's going to hit a lot of homers, say in a week to 2-week period of time. One thing, though, if he ever learns not to swing at breaking balls, one in the dirt or fastballs way up and out of the strike zone, just a little bit more discipline, and you're right, he's going to be something else.
Ground ball. Great back. Over to Cora. They cannot turn it. They get Palmeiro, 1 out.
Well, Graybeck had the range to his right a few feet. And a long throw to second base. You can see Craig got himself in a good throwing position. Little high to Joey Cora, but Joey just not able to complete it.
Yeah, if that had been a perfect relay throw right there from Graybeck, they would have been able to turn it.
Yeah.
Good effort by Cora.
Oh, yeah.
Ball gets away from Karkovice. Got it. No shot. So Palmer into second on the wild pitch. Want to know the count to Doug Strange. Outfield straight up and really spread out. Fastball. He was tardy. Final from the Astrodome. Houston indeed defeats the Dodgers 3-2. Los Angeles now 8 games under the 500 mark at 14-22. Another foul ball. So the count 1-2 to Strange.
You know, the Dodgers got a lot of players that they have wanted in the past. Unfortunately, the players that they got are just pretty much past their prime. And Darryl Strawberry should still be playing well, but he's got back problems. Eric Davis hasn't played well at all since he went there. Same thing with Tim Waller.
Just off the corner with a heater. Alex checking with Karkovice. And the 2-2 delivery. Low ball 3. Alex starting to labor. He's throwing a lot of pitches. 90 degrees. Here's the payoff. Ground ball right side. Big Frank will take it himself, and there's 2 gone.
Come on, Gary. Drive him in.
So here's a 36-year-old veteran, Gary Reedus.
Left fielder Gary Reedus.
Sox with 5 in the first, 5 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Rangers 4 in the fourth and 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Right side, Big Frank cannot get it. As Palmer scores, and it's 11-6.
Shortstop John Shea.
And here comes the skipper, Gene Lamont. As we mentioned, still a lot of baseball to be played. That ball is jumping here at Arlington Stadium this afternoon. So he's going to go get Alex Fernandez. Breaking the action, and we'll be back to give you the numbers on Bobby Thigpen right after this.
Numbers on Bobby. No record, 7.5 earned run average in 6 games. Giving up a lot of hits, 12 in 6 innings. Same number of walks and strikeouts at 5.
Here's the shortstop, John Shave. Takes a breaking ball, and the count 1-0. He's popped to first and lined hard to center. Gary.
Come on, John.
1-1 pitch. Fastball just got a piece of it. So Thig pin on top, a ball and 2 strikes with 2 out. Here in the Texas 6th. There's a base hit in the left field, so rookie John Shave, his first major league hit. Some sort of an off-speed pitch from Thigpen on a 1-2 count. Made a mistake with it.
First major league hit.
And so the ball goes to the Ranger dugout. Shave will save that ball forever. They hit it off the end of the bat, but good enough to get it in there. He's like a backup breaking ball. Curveball.
And here's Dave Holtz. He's 1 for 3, a bunt single, last inning. Graybeck gets a nice hop, takes it right to the bag, steps on it, and that'll retire the side. But the Rangers come up with 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. They leave 2 after 6. 11-6 White Sox.
But on this day, my fellow Americans, in this corner, at 100.
A celebration of freedom.
Saturday, December 25th, it's Miller Genuine Draft Mini Blimp Night. Go Bulls!
When a greeting card can't say it all, Ameritech suggests you do something more. Make a greeting call.
Season's greetings, Anne. We're fine. I'm making hot chocolate.
Send a card and make a call. A greeting call from Ameritech.
Sox with a 5-run lead have seen their 11-run lead dwindle as the Rangers scoring 4 times in the 4th and 2 in the 6th inning. Here in the top of the 7th, it'll be Karkovice, Graybeck, then the top of the order, Joy Cora to face right-hander Rob Nin. Nin, since coming on back in the 2nd inning, has given up 1 run on 3 hits, 2 walks, and has 2 strikeouts. And here's Kark. He's 0 for 2. Drew a walk back in the 4th inning. Need some points, boys. That ball is jumping today. Takes it up high. To count to Karkovice. There's southpaw Brian Bohannon. Pretty good fastball by Nin, and the count 1-2.
Come on, Rob.
That ball hit deep to left field. Stay fair. Reedus looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Solo home run for Ron Karkovice, and it's a 12-6 ball game. For Kark, number 4, RBI number 14.
Boy, that ball just stayed fair. It just stayed right down the line and left. Kark blasts his 4th homer. Take a look at it. He wants it down and away. That's a curveball. Kind of a roller. Didn't do a whole lot. It's about bell tie out over the plate. Look, Kark had a little hang time there. Kept those hands back just long enough.
And here's Craig Graybeck, 0 for 3. And that was just a major league hanger right there. Pitch upstairs, and the count 2-0. Pretty good hack at a heater. So the count moves to 2-1. That's the 32nd home run of the year for the Sox. They hit 10 in 3 games at the Kingdome against the Mariners. And they have hit 4 here in this, the 3rd game against the Rangers. That's good. 14 home runs in 6 games. Here's a 3-1. That's ball 4.
For the White Sox, second baseman Joey.
Brian Bohannon is the new pitcher for the Rangers. Left-hander, 1-0 with a 3.12 earned run average in 11 ball games. Giving up just 13 hits in 17 and a third innings, 10 walks, 7 strikeouts. So he's struggled a little bit with his control, but he looks like he's finally coming into his own as the pitcher the Rangers thought he would be. Former number 1 draft choice. Throws a fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Here's Joey Cora. Fakes the bunt, takes the strike. Joey 1 for 3 this afternoon, a walk and a single. He also has scored a run. Joey started off that 5-run first with that base on balls. 12-6 White Sox. One and 1 to count. There's a comebacker to Bohannon as Graybeck was on the move, and they'll turn the double play. 1-6 to 3, quickly 2 gone.
And here's an introduction to the family Sox pack. That was a quick developing double play right there. Good play by Bohannon to get that runner at second. This is exclusively on Saturday and Sunday games in the upper terrace room of Comiskey Park. For $12, you receive a game ticket, hot dog, Coke, and potato chips. Drinking or smoking is not allowed in this family section. For information on this new program, call 312-451-5354.
Lance Johnson takes a strike. Lance 2 for 4 today, and he scored a couple of times. Outfield swung around to the left. Dean Palmer at the cut of the grass at third. The 1-1 delivery. Oh, he nails the outside corner. Nice pitch by Bohannon. Yes, upstairs, and it'll do it. So Bohannon comes in, gets a double play, strikes out Lance, but the Sox pick up a run on Ron Karkovi's 4th homer. 7th inning stretch. 12-6 Sox.
In Texas, there you see it. 12 runs, 4 hits, 14 hits, and no errors for the White Sox. 6 runs, 9 hits, and an error for the Texas Rangers. Bobby Thigpen in relief of Alex Fernandez. Alex going after his 5th win of the season. A new left fielder for the Sox. Bo Jackson is done for the afternoon, and Michael Huff takes over in left field. So Bo did a great job. He was 2 for 3 with a tremendous 3-run homer in the first inning, a double, and he also walked. Here's Julio Franco to face Bobby Thigpen. Strike on the inside corner with the fastball. Randy Hahn is going to be with us in 3 outs. I'll give you all the scores in the major leagues. There's a drive to right field. Here comes Ellis Burks. He makes the one-handed stab, and there's 1 out in the Rangers' 7th.
Right fielder Jose Canseco.
Jose Canseco will hit. Jose 1 for 3 on the afternoon, hitting at .299, a single, and he scored a run. Kevin Kennedy, the rookie skipper for the Rangers. Strike with the fastball. Sox again very deep and around the pull for Jose. Slider misses outside. One and two on Jose Canseco. It is now 90 degrees in Arlington. So Canseco down in the count 1-2 to Bobby Thigpen. He wants the fastball. Comes in. Oh my goodness. Now that's a jam sandwich. Need some peanut butter with this jam. Jose hit this ball so bad that he didn't even crack his bat. It looked like, can we see that one again? I mean, he hit that one an inch from his fingertips. He's protecting now, and he pops this one. Oh my goodness, I might have to make a play here. You don't see this very often from Jose Canseco, but look at this. Don't try that at home. Got him. So Bobby Thigpen strikes out Jose Canseco, and there's 2 down in the Rangers 7.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, Hawk. Doc Edwards didn't hit him that bad.
That was a typical Doc Edwards shot.
Oh,
right
no
there.
way.
Yes.
Couldn't hit a ball that badly. Here's a guy who's swinging the bat very well. Rodriguez, 2 for 3. Boy, this guy is just blossoming. Hits this one, a shot in the left center. Lance Johnson, never fear, one dog is here. And that'll do it for the Rangers. A 1-2-3-7. Sox still lead at 12-6.
Attention, please. Today's total. Thomas.
For the Sox, it'll be Thomas, Bell, and Ventura to face the southpaw Brian Bohannon. 4 home runs in this ball game. 2 of them grand slams, 1 3-run shot, and 1 solo round tripper. Grand slams by Ellis Burks and Dean Palmer. 3-run shot in the first inning by Bo Jackson. And what a charge he put into that one. So here comes Big Frank. He is 3 for 4, 2 singles. 2 runs scored, a double, and he's knocked in 2. He's doing good today.
And he's hitting them where they ain't. What do you know? If you'd ride Frank, you could take him to lands he never thought he could reach.
There's a fastball strike from Bohannon. Outfield bunch for the most part, straight up. Seattle now leading Oakland 6-0. Top of the 6th inning as there's a foul ball. Souvenir right side. 4-2 the count to Thomas. 4-0 Kansas City over California. Top of the 6th at the Big A in Anaheim. There's a base hit in the left field, so Big Frank 4 for 5. That a boy hurt.
We're not worthy.
Designated hitter George Bell.
Oh, if anybody can hit it through this Velcro that they call infield grass at Arlington Stadium, it's Frank Thomas. Not a top spin on that ball as he sneaked it through the hole between third and short.
So here's George Bell. George is 2 for 3. A sacrifice fly, a single, a double, 2 runs scored. Chopper right side. Doug Strange over to second. And they force Big Frank, 1 gone.
Third baseman Robin Ventura.
Doug Strange, 29-year-old infielder. Played a little bit with the Cubs. There's Billy Ripken on the DL. Strange, pretty good looking offensive player. He has yet to commit an error.
Yeah.
So here's Robin. Robin, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. Breaking ball hangs inside. playing behind Bell at first. Robin can't get the fastball and count 1-1. He joined us late. Sox scored 5 times in the first inning. They scored 5 times in the second inning. They added 1 in the top of the 4th. They led it 11-zip. Then the grand slam by Palmer in the 4th inning. Rangers picked up 2 more in the 6th. Sox with a solo homer by Karkovice in the top half of the 7th. And that makes it 12-6. Bohannon drops down with a breaking pitch in the count 2-2. The 2-2. Ball hit deep in the right center field. Canseco goes back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. 2-run homer for Robin Ventura, and it's a 14-6 Sox lead. Ball sounded quiet off the bat, Wimpy.
Yes, it did. Well, I'll tell you, it is just jumping. As long as you don't hit it above that scoreboard that circles the field, it looks like it's really going to carry. So Robin gets his 6th homer. He now has 20 driven in. Boy, the White Sox now with 15 homers in this 6-game road trip. Fastball, he got the head of the bat out. Bang.
And here's Ellis Burks. Fastball off the plate. Ellis 1 for 3, sacrifice fly, and a grand slam home run in the 2nd inning. Two and 0 the count. Ellis a little tardy right there on the fastball. So the count moves to 2-1. I don't think I've ever seen the ball jump as well as it is today here at Arlington Stadium.
Yeah. Well, you get it airborne, you got a chance.
That's way back. Stay fair. Jim McKean on the line says fair ball. Ellis Burks a solo shot, and it's 15-6.
Man. Well, down the line, the ball will carry usually, regardless of the altitude. Man, he hit this one hard. Let's take another look at it. It's a fastball, belt tie down the middle, and Ellis right there. Boy, just transfers that chin from the front shoulder to the back. He's just watching this one, hoping it stays fair. Yes, sir.
And here's Mike Huff making his first plate appearance. Curveball strike. Huff in there for Bo Jackson. Bo was 2 for 3 today. A tremendous 3-run homer in the 1st inning off the southpaw and the starter Kenny Rogers. Another breaking ball over. 0-2 the count. Wimpy and I were talking about it in between commercial break. If Bo Jackson's home run had hit the ground, it probably would have been close to 500 feet. That fastball fouled out of play right side. Not so much the length that made it so big. It was 2 outs, 2 on in the 1st inning. Another shot ripped foul down into the bullpen area.
Boy. Take the rest of the afternoon off, Bo. Ellis now with 22 runs batted in on the season with 6 this afternoon, 6 runs driven home.
Just missed the inside corner. The ball and 2 strikes to Michael. Activity down in the Ranger pen. Southpaw Bob Patterson Two-hopper John Shave, the rookie shortstop, over to first, and there's 2 out.
Catcher Ron Markovic.
So here's Kark. He's 1 for 3. Picked up his 4th homer, leading off last inning. Beats that breaking ball foul. Terry Bevington will make a new buddy over there by the Sox dugout. Bohannon working from that stretch. The long look in at Rodriguez. Fastball up and in. The count 1-1. Breaking ball hit hard. Shave is there. Sucks it up. Throws him out, and that'll do it. But not before back-to-back homers. 2-run shot by Ventura. Solo shot by Burks. After 7.5, 15-6 good guys. Danny Pasquale moves into first base in place of Frank Thomas. And moving in behind the plate for Ron Karkovic will be Carlton Fisk. So the Sox set up defensively. Huff in left, Johnson in center, Burks in right. Around the horn, Pasquale at first, Cora at second, Graybeck at short, Ventura at third, and a battery of Carlton Fisk and Bobby Thigpen. Rafael Palmeiro will lead it off. He's 2 for 2, an RBI, a walk, and a run scored. 15-6 Sox. Just tuning in, Sox with 5 home runs in this ball game today. Pitch outside, and the count 2-0. Outfield playing Rafael to hook, and hook he does. That's a fair ball. Down into the corner, so Palmeiro on his way to second. He will get there with a leadoff double. He is now 7 for 11 in this series.
Third baseman Dean Palmer.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Dean Palmer. Dean 1 for 3. Grand slam home run. Palmer now 11 long ones and 29 knocked in. Outfield playing him around to the left. Ventura well back at third. Up high, and the count evens at 1. And out in Oakland at the Coliseum, Seattle's Randy Johnson has a perfect game through 6 innings. Mariners leading that game 6-0. That ball popped up into right field. Ellis Burks.
Second baseman Doug Strange.
So with 1 out, that'll bring up the second baseman, Doug Strange. Kansas City now leading California 4-0. Top of the 7th in Anaheim. So here's Doug. He's 0 for 3. He's now 1 for 4. Now it's Palmeiro rounds third. Here's a throw by Burks, cut off by Pasquale, and it's 15-7.
you see the fastball kind of tails over the middle part of the plate. Strange hits it hard in that hole between first and second. I think that throw was just a little bit offline. Palmeiro got a good jump from second base, so he scores. And once again, the Rangers keep trying to battle back. They still trail by 8, though.
Here's Gary Ritas, 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 6th inning. Takes a strike. Pasqua playing behind Strange at first. Pitch inside. Gary Ritas, 36-year-old veteran, been around a couple of years with the Sox. Also has a lucrative business selling, takes these trucks and cars and remodels and renovates them. Sold quite a few to Major League ball players.
I did not know that.
Here's a 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike. Pitchers of record, if you join us later, are the starters. Alex Fernandez for the Sox and Kenny Rogers for Texas. There's a fair ball just inside the line of third. There's Strange. We're moving to third. Ritas with a double. And a reminder, coming your way tonight at 10 o'clock, it'll be the Sports Channel Report. NBA playoffs, Wales finals, and a Major League Baseball recap. All the scores, highlights coming your way tonight at 10 on the Sports Channel Report. Here's the shortstop, John Shave. Picked up his first Major League hit. That was in the 6th inning. Like it was the first hitter that Bobby faced. Underneath that breaking ball, high off the plate. Can't get that one, and the count evens at 1. Activity down in the Sox bullpen, double barrel style. There you see Jeff Schwartz on the left and Roberto Hernandez starting to loosen up. One and two the count, still just 1 out. Fisk gets down, blocks it, keeps it in front of him. 15 runs on 17 hits, no errors for the Sox. 7 runs on 12 hits and 1 error for Texas. Oh, Figgy. Punch him up. Bobby ready with the 2-2 delivery. Ball hit into center field. Lance Johnson. He's there. He'll make the catch. As Strange will tag and score. And it's 15-8.
Center fielder David Hall.
First RBI of his Major League career. It's a fastball. Shave drives it hard, but Lance Johnson's been playing him right in that spot. So the runner scores from third. Runner goes from second to third. So with 2 down, Hulse will hit. in a 15-8 ball game.
Holtz 1 for 4 on the afternoon. Takes a pitch outside. That's a pretty good fastball. Didn't get it in the count 2-0. Another good heater.
Come on, David, driving it.
2 balls and a strike with 2 down. Three and 1 to count with Julio Franco, the on-deck hitter. Gets that one over. Holtz taking all the way. Fouls that one back. $33,786 in attendance. 38,000 plus last evening. 31,000 plus on Friday. Another souvenir left side. So over 100,000 people for the 3-game series here at Arlington Stadium, and of course sitting just behind this one, the new stadium being built. Scheduled for completion April of '94. That ball into left field. Mike Huff is there, makes a catch, and that'll retire the side. But the Rangers put a couple of runs on the board on 3 hits. No errors, 1 man left. After 8, 15-8 Sox. Patterson, 6'2", 192 pounds. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, now resides in Hickory, North Carolina. Picked up as a free agent by the Rangers after he was released by the Pittsburgh Pirates. There are the numbers on Patterson.
Gee, I don't know if I want to pitch today on my birthday.
Oh, man.
Those numbers. Jeez. It's Eugene. Gino Petrale coming in to work an inning. He was just activated from the disabled list on Friday.
Here's Craig Grayback, 0 for 3 with a walk. Takes a strike from Patterson. Outfield, spread out and straight up. Fouls that pitch away, and quickly the count 0-2. Greg, the only member of the lineup this afternoon to not have a hit.
Come on, Gravy.
Up high. The ball and 2 strikes. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. And our Budweiser player of the game this afternoon, none other than Ellis Burks. Wimpy's pick to click. 2 for 4, 2 homers, a grand slam, the 7th of his career, and 6 big RBIs. Our Budweiser player of the game.
There's a lot of guys to choose from this afternoon.
Frank Thomas, 4 for 5.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson's. The 5 home runs hit. His was the biggest. It was a 2-out, 3-run shot in the first inning. And it was a long one. Fastball upstairs and the count 2-2. Patterson and Petrale taking a long time hooking up. Still 90 degrees here at 5:06. The 2-2 delivery. Full count to Graybeck. Patterson originally in the San Diego organization. And the payoff pitch. A high ball 4. So the 5th walk issued by Ranger pitching.
Second baseman Joey
Lead man
Cora.
aboard, and it'll bring up Joey Cora. Joey 1 for 4. But he got things started off in that first inning with a walk, and he scored. That's into center field. Dave Holtz comes on, now holds his ground, makes a catch, 1 down.
Center fielder Lance Johnson.
That'll bring up one dog, Lance Johnson. Hits in the first and third innings. He's 2 for 5. Also picked up his 13th stolen base in 14 attempts this year. That's into left field. Reedus playing shallow. He's there, makes a catch, and quickly 2 out.
Catcher Carlton Fisk.
So that'll bring up Carlton Fisk. He's hitting in Frank Thomas' spot. As we mentioned, Frank was 4 for 5 this afternoon. 3 singles, a double, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Takes a pitch inside. Now that temperature is starting to fall. It's down to 89.
Nice and cool, isn't it? See what Pudge has done against Texas. Of course, he's played a lot of games in this ballpark when it was really tough to hit here.
There's a breaking ball strike. Top of the 8th inning at the Coliseum. Randy Johnson and the Mariners still shutting out the Athletics 6-zip. Bottom of the 7th in California. Royals 4, Angels nothing. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Popped up over by the Ranger dugout. Petrali is there, cannot make the play. And now we get a message on the board that Randy Johnson still has that perfect game through 7 innings at the Coliseum.
Wow, the skipper, Kevin Kennedy, almost got coconutted right there on that pop-up. He was trying to help Gino Petrali. Very steep are these steps here at Arlington Stadium. Boy, Johnson, if he just throws strikes, my goodness, he's unhittable.
Well, that game he pitched against us out at the Kingdom, as we commented on at the time, certainly the best that we've ever seen him. There's a hard 2 hopper to Dean Palmer. Over to second, they force Graybeck, and that'll do it. Nothing across. They'll go to the bottom of the 9th, leading Texas 15-8. As you look at the pool at the Marriott right behind the stadium, bottom of the 9th inning, and we want to remind you the producer-director of White Sox baseball is James A. Angio. Ron Storto, our graphics coordinator. Our coordinating producer is Greg Bowman. And John Toohey, our executive producer. There's the tail of the tape, bottom of the 9th. Sox put on an exhibition here this afternoon with 5 home runs, scoring 10 times in the first 2 innings. And Bobby Thigpen trying to nail it down for the starter, Alex Fernandez. Pinch hitter for Julio Franco here will be Doug DeCenso. Former Cub. Franco was 0 for 4. Julio was 1 for 13 in this series. Sure seems like he swung the bat a lot better than that, though. Here are the numbers on DeCenso, hitting 200, homer, and he's knocked in 4. First pitch misses. Canseco on deck, and check that, Gino Petralli in the hole. Two and oh the count. There's a strike. Oakland hitting in the bottom of the 8th inning. As we mentioned, Randy Johnson. A perfect game through 7 for the Mariners. Hard hit. Cora's there. Nice play, Joy. Over to Pasquale, 1 down.
Right fielder Jose Canseco.
So here's Jose Canseco. He's 1 for 4, a couple of strikeouts.
So 1 out in the 9th inning. That's not a real good swing by Jose. Well, his last at bat, that one jam sandwich he had was not a Jose Canseco swing. So he's down on the count 0-1 to Bobby Thigpen. Bobby trying to pick up a save here this afternoon. There's a jam sandwich. How's he doing that?
That's not a real good habit to get into.
No. Well, Jose is right on top of the plate.
And actually, this is a great swing compared to the one he had his last at bat.
All arms right there, and he's picking the ball up right off his back hip.
Come on, Jose.
I mean, he's liable to hit this next one 600 feet, but he doesn't do it. He strikes out on the fastball. So Jose's got a hat trick, and Bobby Thigpen has his second strikeout. So Gino Petralli will get his first at bat in the 1993 season. Gino had elbow surgery. Just got off rehab assignment at Oklahoma City. Breaking ball. Up and away. Numbers last year, 198 hitter, 1 homer and 18 driven in. Not going to catch a whole lot behind Rodriguez. He pops this one in the air, left center field. Ball carrying now way back to the warning track. Michael Huff puts it away, and that will do it. It's a sealed deal. The Sox win it 15-8. It took a while. And the White Sox had their hitting shoes on with 17 hits. Rangers had 12. Alex Fernandez the winner. Bobby Thigpen gets the save.